This is the modular question under mathematics. So all these questions are pure past questions. So stay focused if you have issues with the modular addition and multiplication tables. So here is the first example. Here is the first past question. So let's get a question first before we start solving the problems over here. So here comes the question. It says that this is what you have. They say copy and complete the tables for the addition and multiplication in modulo 5. Right? They say you should copy and complete the table. Is that okay? So by the way, the book I'm using here is A plus series. So credit to A plus series. Now we are going to copy. Is that okay? We are going to copy and complete the table. Then we answer the questions that follows. Is that okay? So let's quickly explain that. Okay. The first question. This is the table that we are having here. Of course, we are in modulo 5. If you don't know what a modulo is, you may consider watching our introduction to a modulo, right? Over there, we solve some questions for you to understand better what is happening. But in summary, what it means that whatever we have, we are going to divide out by 5. Is that okay? Whatever we have, any number that we are dealing with, we are going to divide that by among 5 people, whereby we don't want anybody to get 0.5, 1.25, and so on, and maybe 1.2, and so on and so forth. We don't want that. We want everybody to have a whole number, right? A whole number. Okay. Now let's move on. So this is what we are having here. Of course, everything is being defined on a set. Is that okay? When you go back and check the past question, we define everything on a given set, because they say we should copy and complete. So this is what we have at our disposal. So now, assuming you are not giving any set, pay attention, right? Assuming you are not giving a table, you are not giving a set, and they say you should perform your operation in modulo 5, what do you think will be your players? What do you think will be your numbers that you have to deal with, right? That should start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is that okay? Every module starts from 0, and the module in which you are in is not part of the numbers that you are dealing with. This is when you are not giving a set, right? If you are giving a set, then you have to obey that set. Like this one, you are giving a table, even though we are dealing in what? Modulo 5. That's supposed to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But they are giving us a set. Is that okay? So you have to strictly obey that. If you are not giving a set, so in modulo 5, the numbers are what? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Suppose you are in modulo 6, then you have to add 5 to that. Modulo 3 means that you have 0 and 1. Is that okay? The reason is that when you divide this, maybe you should check that video, right? Check that video at the beginning for more understanding. So but over here, let's continue our work over here. So we are having 1 plus 1. Is that okay? This is just way back in primary, right? 1 plus 1 gives us 2. But 2 in modulo 5, that is what you have to work on, right? 2 in what? Modulo 5 is what we are interested in. So what will be the remainder? That is what the module says. What will be the remainder? We are not interested in the answer that we get. So I added this 1 plus 1 gives me what? 2. Is that okay? So I'm having 2 modulo 5. What it means is that I'm going to divide this number here 2 among 5 people. Is that okay? 2 products among 5 people. Would that be possible? I don't think so. The reason, even though it will be possible, this one gives me somewhere 0.4. Is that okay? We don't want this in modulo. We want a whole number, right? So whatever the number is here, we are dividing that by the modulo. So let's say we are having 5 people. We want to divide these two things among the 5 people. So it's not possible, because everybody will get 0.4. We don't want that. You want everybody to get a whole number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. And then we take the remainder as what? Our answer. So the remainder is what we are interested in modulo, not what? The answer that we get. Is that okay? So here we believe that if you cannot share 2 among 5 people, then we should leave the 2 like that. Is that okay? So exactly. Now here to 1 plus 2 gives me 3. Obviously 3 is not up to 5, so nobody can even get up to 1. And then I'm having 1 plus what? 3 gives me what? 4. And then 1 plus what? 4 gives me 5. Perfect. So we are going to divide what? 5 among 5 people. Is that okay? So that means that everybody will get 1. Is that okay? What will be the remainder? The remainder is what we are interested in. In modulo. Is that okay? This is what we need. Know your answer. So when I divide 5 by 5, gives me 1. Of course, everybody will get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then the remainder is what? 0. So that is what we are having over here. Is that okay? So the same applies to all the table, right? So when you check the questions, they are filling with what? The red marker over here. Is that okay? So let's check this one. So 2 plus 6. Oh, sorry. 2 plus 4. Where are we? Okay, so 2 plus 2. Check. 2 plus 2 over here gives me what? 4. Of course, 4 is not up to what? 5. So we don't want 0 point something and so on and so. We don't want that. No. So we leave the 4 as it is. Nobody gets anything. And then 2 plus 3 gives me what? 5. Of course, 5. Everybody will get 1, 1, 1, 1. And the remainder will be what? 0. The remainder is what we are interested in modulo. So here to the same thing and so on and so forth. So this is how you fill in all the spaces. Is that okay? Very, very simple. You may consider pausing the video and try it by yourself and see what is happening. Now let's get to the multiplication aspect. Here comes the multiplication. The same multiplication that we know. Is that okay? But here all that we are interested in is the remainder after you divide everything by what? Your modulo. Right? So here we are having 1 times 1, which gives me 1. Remember that we are dealing everything in what? Modulo what? 5. Is that okay? We are working in modulo 5. So pay attention to that. Now, let's move on over here. Then I'm having 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And then the remainder will be 1. Because if one product, we want to share that among 5 people, nobody will get anything like a whole number and so on. Just like a 5 bottles of water, just a 1 bottle of water, we want to share that among 5 people. Everybody will get like quarter, some small amount of water. We don't want that. We want everybody to get a whole number. Is that okay? So then if that is not possible, then let's leave it like that, right? Nobody gets anything. Then we are continuing. So this time this and so on and so forth. The same usual multiplication that you know way back in your primary energy test, right? Okay, then let's check it. Let's check it. So the red markers are the options that are available for us to provide our answers. Is that okay? So we have 2 times 2 gives me 4. It's not up to 5. Can you see that? And then 2 times 3 gives me what? 6. Is that okay? So 6 modulo 5. Is that okay? We are having a 6 bottles of water. We want to share that among 5 people. Everybody takes 1. And then what will be the remainder? The remainder is what we are interested in. So remainder what? Remainder 1. This is what we are interested in. Is that okay? We don't want any cheating over here. So the remainder is what? 1. So the same thing continues. So this is how you fill in the spaces. Is that okay? This is how you fill in the spaces. Now let's get to the questions that follow. By the way, if you are enjoying the video so far, you may consider joining our YouTube channel for more details. Is that okay? Over there, all that we do is to solve past questions and answer the problems that you are facing. Now here comes the question. So they say use the table to find. Is that okay? They say you should use the table. They are not asking you to use your own head. They say use your table to find. To find what? So this is the question. We are going to use the table that we've already have. We are going to use that table to find. What are they asking you to find? So they say you should find 4 times what? 2 plus what? 3 times what? 4. Is that okay? They say you should use our table to find this. 4 times 2 plus what? 3 times 4. To make this thing easy, let's put the brackets over here, right? Is that okay? Because the operations is what? More than 1 over here. By the way, we know that bracket first. Is that okay? So bracket first. When they say you should use your table. Use the table over here. So we are going to use the table. So from the table, this is how you should answer your question, right? You may consider writing from the table. From the table, we have 4 times what? 2. 4 times 2. So well, let's go to the multiplication aspect. So here is our 4. Of course, this is the multiplication table. Is that okay? So we are having 4 times 2, right? 4 times 2. What's the answer? The answer that I'm having here is what? 3. Can you see that? So here I'm having 3 over here. So plus the same thing goes here. So here when you multiply 3 times 2 from the table to give you 2. Is that okay? When you are done, then you combine the two. So when I add this plus this, it will give me more. The answer is supposed to be 5. Is that okay? So when you check from your table, 3 plus or 2. So go to the addition table. So 3 plus 2. 3. I'm having 3 here plus 2. Can you see that? 3 plus what? 2. What will be the answer? 0. Right? The answer is 0 over here. Can you see? 0. Right? So the answer to this question is what? Is simple as that. Is 0 over here. Right? Now let's get to the second part, which is the beta. Right? I'm having the beta, so we already solved the alpha. So let's solve the beta aspect. The beta says that m multiplied by m is equal to what? M plus m. Don't let this thing confuse you. It's okay. We are seeing the same person all around, which is what? M. Consider that to be twins, right? So the first two from the first family, and then the twins from the second family. They all resemble. Maybe these people might be quadruplets or maybe identical twins, something of that nature. It's okay. The reason is that m is here, m is here, m is here, m is here. What this thing means is that the number that you get has to be the same thing. So far as this m so is what concerned. Obviously, if you are having a different letters over here, that is fine. So by here we are having m. So it means that your number has to be only one thing. Is that okay? So it is your duty to go to your table. Of course, the multiplication table for the first side, which number times itself. Is that okay? Whatever I get here should be the same thing that I also get on the right hand side. Can you see that? When I add on the right hand side and then I multiply on the left hand side, the answer that I will get here should be the same answer. So it's your duty to check the table. Is that okay? So let's see. Let's check. Let's suppose we are dealing with the first one. Of course, you check one by one, right? So I'm having 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Is that okay? The same one, because we are dealing with 1. So let's go to the addition aspect. So I'm having 1 plus 1. Does that give me 1? No. So 1 is not qualified. Can you see that? Because the question says that here we go. We have m multiplied by m. Whatever I will get here, suppose when I have 0 here, after multiplying m times m, it should be the same thing when I add m plus m. Is that okay? But here in the case, when you multiply 1 by 1, we had 1. And then from the addition, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Can you see that this and this is not the same? Of course, 1 is not equal to 2. Therefore, 1 is not qualified. Then check the second one. So multiplication first, right? So let's check that 2 multiplied by another 2, right? Because m times m, the number times itself, right? So m multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 gives me 4. So let's go and check whether 2 plus 2 will give us 4. So I'm having 2 plus another 2 here is equal to 4. Can you see that? So 2 hold the equation over here. Is that okay? So that's why I'm having 2 multiplied by 2 is the same as 2 plus 2. Pay attention. Therefore, m is equal to 2. M is what we are looking for. The missing variable, the missing person here is what? M. Is that okay? What we are looking for is the m. So after finding the m, don't leave your answer like that. So you should write that m is equal to 2. Right? And then the latter part, which is the gamma over here, that says that 3 plus n is equal to 2 multiplied by n. Is that okay? Still the same thing. We are seeing the same n here, and also here. Can you see that? N is here, n is also here. right? So that number, whatever you get here, has to be the same number here. But pay attention to the condition. The condition says that 3 plus n is the same as what? 2 multiplied by what? N. Right? So whatever, if you are here, when I add 3 to your age, whatever I will get should be the same as when I multiply 2 times your age. So suppose you are 3 years. So when I add 3 to that, that should give me 6 years. Is that okay? Is it the same thing that when I multiply this by that should give me what? 6? Yes, of course it is. But remember, they say use the table. Is that okay? So we are going to use the table to answer this question. So let's go to the 3 column on the addition table. So 3 plus what? N. Is it the same as what? 2 multiplied by n. So when you check correctly, right? You just need to check this thing. You just need to cross check, provided that your table is correct. If your table is wrong, then remember that you are going to get this thing wrong. Is that okay? So devote your time on your calculation when you are filling in the spaces what on the table. So when you check the addition first, tells you that I'm having 3 plus 1 should be 4. Is that okay? Is it the same as 2 times 1? Right? So that's what the second part is saying. 2 multiplied by 1 is equal to 2. It's not the same, right? So when you check everything correctly, you can see that 3 plus 3. So let's check that 3 plus what? 3 is equal to what? 1, right? It's equal to 1 from the table over here. So let's check. So I'm having 1 for the first or the left hand side. So let's check the right hand side. That says that 2 multiplied by what? By n. So let's check that 2 multiplied by another 3, because we chose 3 from the beginning, from the first part. So 2 times what? 3 gives you 1. Of course. So our n has to be what? 3. Is that okay? Our n has to be 3. So 3 plus n, which is 3 over here. So 3 plus 3 will give us 1 from the table, and then 2 times n. Of course, this n and n is the same thing. N is unchangeable. Is that okay? So whatever you get, it has to be the same thing on the right hand side. So 3. So that gives me. So therefore, can you see that in place of the n is equal to 3? Is that okay? Okay. So very simple. If you understand this concept, I believe that almost all the questions that comes under modulo, that is the under addition and multiplication, you should have a fair idea on how to tackle this part, right? So here is the second question. So a quick one. Let's look at this. So I'm having this question that says that so let me give you the question from the textbook so that you can see what is happening. Here comes the question. Yeah, once again, if you are enjoying, try and join our YouTube channel or WhatsApp group for more concepts. So let's check the question. So here we go. So this is what a past question, right? This is a past question from what? A plus series, right? It says an operation is defined on the set x is equal to 1, 3, 5 and what? 6 by n star n is equal to n plus what? N plus 2 mod 7, where our m and n are coming from the x. Now they are asking us to draw the table for the operation and then use the table to find the true set of the following. Is that okay? So this is a very simple question. You may consider pausing the video if you have an idea and then try your hands on it and then come back and check the solution. Right? Okay, so you are welcome back. Now here we go. We are having the operation, right? Don't let this thing worry you. This is just an operation. What the operation means is that you just let's say they say your head. We are not interested in your head, but we are interested in what is behind your head, how it looks like, and so on and so forth. Is that okay? So whenever they say operation, they are just using that in representation of another thing. I hope that makes sense. All right, so that is the operation. How is it defined, right? How do they look like? How is your head look like? How does your head on top of your neck looks like? Is that okay? So this is how it looks like. They say when you pick any person, right? When you pick this person and then we combine that person with our another person over here, right? Pay attention to what is happening here. So this is the first person. When I pick this person and I combine that to what? Another person, this is what they are telling us. It means that you should add the first person plus the second person and then you add 2 to that. Is that okay? This is just a formula, right? This is just a definition. This is how they are defining it. They say you cannot work alone. So let's pick you for the first time and then we combine that with what? The operation to the second person. How are they combined is the most important thing. So they are combined by adding the first one to the second person and then we add 2 to that. Is that okay? And then remember, we are dealing with everything in what? Mode 7, right? Mode 7. Mode 7 means that anything that you get, you should divide it among what? 7 people. And then we take the remainder. We are going to take the remainder. That is our rule over here. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that okay? Whatever you get, pick that thing, share it among 7 people. And then you take the remainder. That's all. We don't want anybody to get 0.0, 0.1, 0.3, 0.0, and so on and so. We don't want that in Modular. Is that okay? Very simple. Maybe this thing makes sense to you or it doesn't make sense to you. Leave it for the advanced mathematician. Yours is just maybe to pass and move on. Is that okay? Pass and move on to the next level of education. This is applicable in our daily life all the time. Is that okay? Leave that for the advanced mathematics and focus on your understanding and then move on to the next level of your education. Okay. Now let's move on. Now you see how to combine the two things. And then this is the set, right? This is the set. What it means that this is where we are going to pick our people from. So how many people are here? So we're having 4 people in the room. Is that okay? 4 people. We are not picking these people, these M and N from anywhere. We are just picking them from this row. Is that okay? So how many are there? There are 1, 2, 3, and then 4 over here. Is that okay? 4 people are available over here. Now let's see how to combine them. Now assuming you are not giving a set. They say you should perform operation. This is the operation. We are going to combine 2 people, but we add the first person to the second person, and then we add 2 to that. Module 7. If you are not giving this set, what do you think will be your members? Okay, comment below if you have the answer. Is that okay? If you are not giving a set, this is just the question. They say the operation so and so defined by what? M star n is equal to m plus n plus 2. Mode 7, of course, right? Mode 7, you're having mode 7. What do you think will be your members, your players over here, without giving you this set? So comment below. Alright, so let's move on. Since we are giving a set, then they make our work very easy over here. So I'm having 1, 3, 5, and then 6, and then 1, 3, 5, and then 6. When I multiply, of course, so 1 times 1 gives me what? Let's check. Is that? Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So 1 times 1, is that okay? Sorry, here has to be the operation. This side has to be the operation. Okay, perfect. Is that okay? Because that is the operation being given to us. So 1 operation 1. So this is what it means. So I will solve like first 2 questions, then you complete the rest. So 1. Okay, maybe let me solve it down. So I'm having this is how the operation is defined. So they say pick the first person, add that to the second person. So the first person plus the second person plus 2. Is that okay? Of course, they are all in what? Mode 7. Can you see that? So what is the first person that we are picking here? We are picking 1, right? 1 for the M. So 1 here, right? Operation. So what is the second person? This operation, this one, right? We are going to combine that. How are they combined? They say pick the first one, add it to the second person, and then plus 2. So this will be 1 plus 1, that will be 2, plus another 2. The answer will be equal to 4. Is that okay? We are not done. We are not interested in the answer that you get, but the remainder. When you divide your answer by what? The mode 7. So we are going to divide among what? 7 people. Is that okay? We are going to divide that among what? 7 people. So it's not possible for us to divide 4 bottles of what? A drink to what? Among 7 people. We don't want anybody to get cut a half and so on and so forth. We want everybody to have a full what? bottles of what? A drink. Is that okay? So it is not possible for us to divide this 4 among the 7 people. So we will leave it like that. Is that okay? Okay, so perfect. That's why we are having what? Answer to be 4 over here. The same scenario applied to everything, right? The same scenario. So let me solve another thing. So okay, let's try this one. So maybe let's say 3 operation 5. Is that okay? So 3 operation 5. Let's see how we got a 3 over here. So let me wipe this one. So I'm having 3 star 5. Is that okay? So they say you should add the first one, which is the 3, plus what? The second one, which is the 5, plus 2. Right? So this one will be equal to 8 plus 2. The answer is equal to 10. Perfect. But remember, once again, in modular, we are not interested in the answer that you get. Is that okay? So the answer that you get, we are going to divide that among how many people? 7. 7 people. Of course, everybody will take 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then the remainder will be what? 3. Can you see that? The remainder will be what? You will be left with what? 3 behind. Let's check if that is correct. So you're having 3 operation 5. Yes, of course, we are having 3. So that is how we got a 3 over here. So fill in everything and check that. So I intentionally left the latter part for you to try your hands on. So try this one and give me the answer in the comment below. Is that okay? Now the second part is that a very interested aspect over here. That says that you should find a truth set. Is that okay? What is a truth set? Right? That's the question you should be asking yourself. What is a truth set? Okay, so now a truth set is nothing but there's a set notation that contains a certain information. So let's see what is supposed to be inside what the set. They say you should find the truth set of 3 operation n is equal to 3. Is that okay? 3 operation n is equal to 3. So what are we looking for? We are looking for n, right? We are looking for this person here, so that when I combine 3 to that person, then the answer should give me 3 from the table. Is that okay? From the table, right? From the table. This is nothing. Don't worry yourself and do any calculation and so on. You've already done the calculation when you are filling in the gaps. So 3, let's go and check that. So let's get we are giving a number here, right? So this will be our starting point. So 3 operation n should be equal to what? 3. So let's go and look for what that n is on the table. So now this is our table. So I'm having 3. Which answer gives me 3? This one. Obviously. So 3 operation 5 should give me what? The 3 over here. So of course our n will be what? 5. Can you see that? Because this is what is missing. This part is missing, right? This part is missing over here. So I'm having 3 operation n is equal to what? 3. Is that okay? So from the table I have 3 operation 5, right? 3 operation what? 5 is equal to what? 3. How do you write the truth set? This is how you write the truth set. Is that okay? Of course, the set notation, right? Because it is a set, it has to be inside something, right? So this is a curly bracket over here, and then n, because that's the n that we are looking for. This guy, whatever that person is, so this guy, so that we are just not looking for this guy. What is the condition? So that guy has to be 5. If you are not 5, from our scenario, if you are not 5, you cannot satisfy this. Is that okay? You must be 5. So after checking that, we had a 3, so that n is equal to 5. So this is how you write the truth set, right? Very perfect. So the same applies to the second part, right? Here says that n operation, another n is equal to 5. So a number operation itself has to give us what? 3. You just have to look for 3 from the table. Which number operation itself? You don't have to get a different numbers over here. I believe this one n, so that n has to be empty. Nobody like that from the table give us that. When we combine the two of them, we give us 3 from the table. So the answer to that is what? Empty. Yeah, give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more concepts like this.